Hey everybody, John Paul Guidry here with Guidry Golf and Sport. Today I want to talk a little bit about what in my mind are the top three time wasters in the gym. One of the biggest reasons I hear from people for not being able to consistently work out is not having time. Personally, I think that if your health, your fitness, whatever your goals are, performance, weight loss, if that's a priority to you, you'll make time. We waste so much time on social media, watching TV. You can find 15, 30 minutes, an hour here and there, 2, 3 days a week that you could be getting a workout in. But with that being said, when time is limited, you want to make sure that, you're getting in the gym, you're not wasting time on kind of fluff and doing things that really isn't going to get you towards your goals, and getting out. I'm a single father of 2 kids, and essentially work 2 jobs. So, there's days where I might have a full hour to work out, and there's days where I might only have 20, 30 minutes. And so, that dictates a lot of what I'm going to do in the gym. And I make sure I get the necessities done and get out on those limited days. So let's get started in it. So the top three things I tend to see are, the first thing is spending too much time warming up. So basically the goal of a warm up is just to prep your body for the workout. So getting your joints moving, getting your heart rate up, getting your body ready for the main lifts of your workout. There's no need to spend 10, 15 minutes on a foam roller and another 10, 15 minutes doing movement prep drills and mobility work and correctives and all this other stuff that we could get into for a whole nother video. I tend to pick maybe 1 or 2 upper body focused movements that are going to work multiple areas, 1 to 2 lower body focused movements, and I usually will do some jumps, med ball work, something like that, to get my heart rate up, and get a little kind of speed work in. So I think 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes max, but really 5-10 minutes is plenty enough time to get a good warm up in. And your main lifts, I design most of my personal workouts around one main lift. So if it's a squat day, I'm still doing 2 to 3 kind of warm up sets, and some days that is my warm up. When I'm limited, my warm up may only be my warm up sets for the first lift, and maybe I'll work in a couple drills, some movement prep drills within those warm up sets. And I feel ready to go when I'm ready to actually lift my work weight. So, get your body movement. If you're rehabbing, if you're working on an area that you're limited or painful, spend a little time in that area, but don't waste too much time warming up, and get to the meat and the meaningful part of your workout. The second thing is kind of piggybacking on that, is doing too many exercises, period. If you have the time to spend an hour and a half in the gym, not that it's necessarily going to give you that much more of a benefit than, less than that, feel free to do whatever you want. But, if time is limited and your complaint is you don't have time, then focus on the main things, the meaningful things, the main basic human movements, as they tend to be called: your squats, your hinges, your pressing, your pulling, and work around that. So, I like to build my workouts in kind of complexes. And so sometimes my limited workouts might be one main lift. So if it's a squat workout, I might get in and do some squat jumps or rotational jumps. I'll get into my squats and whatever set and rep scheme I'm going to do. And then I'll maybe add a mobility drill, or might add a split squat, some more leg extension, something maybe that's a little more hypertrophy based, a little higher reps, a little more volume, that type of thing. And that might be my workout. I might run 3 to 5 rounds of that. If I have a little more time, then maybe I'll throw in another complex, where I'm sticking with the same movements. I tend to do upper lower splits, and try to get in about 4 workouts a week with that. If you're working out 2 days a week, then that might be one lower body focused complex and one upper body focused complex. Pick 2, 3 exercises, plug them in. If your focus is on strength, you're going to stick with some heavier weights, some lower reps, working in that 3 to 5, 4 to 6 rep scheme. Your jumps, your power moves are going to be more 3 to 5 reps. And then your hypertrophy work, you might do some more higher volume, 8 to 15 rep type stuff with that. And, 3 to 5 rounds through the complex. And you can get in and get out in an efficient manner and still get a good workout in. And so make sure you plan this ahead, and you're going to have a short workout. Make sure you get the important stuff done. The important things are those main lifts. If you're trying to get strong, then your squats, your deadlifts, your benching, heavy pulls, shoulder press, vertical pressing, pull-ups, pull-downs, those type of things. Get that in first, and then if you have time, you can build around that, based on whatever the rest of your goals are. So number 2 is kind of trying to do too much in the gym and not focusing on the things that are going to give you the most bang for your buck. Lastly, I think is not being aware of your rest times, and really not having set rest times. So you see people in the gym, socializing on their phone, which is all fine and good. But again, if your time is limited, you want to make sure you're recovering enough depending on the type of activity you're doing. But once you're recovered, you're ready to go. So, a good kind of thing to go by is, your power movements, your Olympic lifts, your jumps, more your speed and power work. You might do maybe 2 to 3 minute rests. The higher intensity, the longer the rest you're going to need. Your strength work, maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Your other kind of hypertrophy stuff, maybe in that 1 to 2 minute range, or even 30 seconds to a minute, in your accessory type lifts. So set a timer. I try to program in timed rest periods for all my clients, so they know, boom, when it's ready, when that timer's up, you're ready to go and you're into the next set. And I do the same thing for myself. So it's easy to kind of get caught up. You get on your phone, scrolling through social media or what, next thing you know, it's 5 minutes later and you haven't done the second set. So again, to kind of recap on that, get a good warm up in, but make it efficient. There's no need to do 20 different moves. Get in, get your body moving, get your heart rate up, and get into your main lifts. For the meat of your workout, make sure you're getting the most important things done first, so that if time's limited, you've got your biggest bang for your buck moves in. And then make sure you're tracking and setting your rest periods so that you recover. Make sure you get enough time to recover, but when you're ready to go and that timer's up, you're ready to get into the next set. If you need any help or guidance with this, we offer in-person online training. I use the Trainerize app, and one of the beauties about that is all that information's in there for you, including your rest periods. So it's there, you have it all there. There's no guesswork. And that's the biggest thing. I use a coach for myself that actually, we use the same app. Kind of knowing what to do, taking the guesswork out of things, and having that accountability, that's going to get you in and get you out, and we can work that around whatever your needs are. If that time is limited, then we can make sure that you get what you need done in that limited time. So you can reach out to me at John Paul, that's JOHNPAUL, at GuidryPT.com with any questions or for some more information on what we have to offer. Thanks, and have a great day.